What happens to your brain, body, and life when you can't stop watching porn? Did you know that over 5% of internet users worldwide are struggling with compulsive pornography use? That means millions are trapped in a silent cycle. If you've ever wondered whether your porn habits are doing more harm than good, you're not alone. Hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts, share this video with someone who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a life-changing insight like this. Introduction. Opening question: what if the very thing that gives you temporary pleasure is silently destroying your motivation, relationships, and mental health? Let's get one thing perfectly clear from the start. This conversation isn't about shaming or blaming anyone. Pornography has become one of the most accessible forms of digital content in the world. It's available 24/7, it's free, and in many circles, it's not just accepted, it's expected. People often joke about it, meme about it, and in some cases even use it as a way to cope with stress, boredom, or loneliness. In moderation, some individuals may argue that it doesn't harm them. But here's the hard truth. For a growing number of people, what begins as casual viewing slowly evolves into a compulsive behavior, a habit that feels impossible to control no matter how much they want to stop. We're not here to demonize porn. We're here to explore what happens beneath the surface, especially when it becomes something you rely on daily or even multiple times a day. What's actually happening in your brain? What are the ripple effects on your physical health, your emotional stability, your relationships, and your long-term sense of fulfillment? According to Dr. Anna Lemke, a psychiatrist and addiction specialist at Stanford University, the dopamine spikes triggered by pornography mimic those seen in substance addictions. Each click, each video, each new scene is engineered to keep your brain hooked, overstimulating the reward system and rewiring the brain's natural balance. Over time, the brain begins to require more extreme content just to feel the same level of stimulation, a phenomenon known as tolerance. This creates a vicious cycle where nothing ever feels enough. You chase novelty but feel emptier with each session. Real-life case studies are sobering. Take Mark, a 28-year-old software engineer who shared in therapy that he started watching porn at age 14. What began as curiosity turned into a daily ritual by his early 20s. By 26, he couldn't maintain a romantic relationship. His performance anxiety was off the charts, and real-life intimacy felt overwhelming. He described porn as his emotional crutch, something he turned to not for pleasure, but to escape boredom, loneliness, and anxiety. Like Mark, many others report symptoms of porn-induced erectile dysfunction, emotional numbness, and even depression. Yet most don't make the connection. Behavioral experts emphasize that this isn't just about libido or sexual preference. It's about neural conditioning. Just as junk food can rewire our brain to crave sugar and salt over real nutrition, porn can rewire sexual arousal to become detached from human connection. You're training your brain to expect gratification without effort, without vulnerability, and without real connection. Over time, that changes how you see people, how you relate to them, and even how you see yourself. There's also a growing concern about how daily porn use affects productivity, motivation, and mental clarity. Neuroscientist Dr. Gary Wilson, in his extensive research, explained that excessive porn consumption can lead to brain fog, emotional fatigue, and impaired decision-making due to constant overstimulation and dopamine burnout. When you overload your brain's reward circuits, even basic activities like reading a book, going for a walk, or having a conversation start to feel dull and uninteresting. Let's be honest, this isn't just about a private habit. It bleeds into every aspect of life. Relationships begin to suffer, trust erodes, confidence tanks. You may feel guilty, ashamed, or disconnected, but trapped in the same cycle day after day. But here's the good news. Recovery is absolutely possible. People who take steps to reduce or eliminate their porn use often report higher energy levels, better focus, deeper emotional connections, and even stronger romantic and sexual experiences. It's not about repression, it's about rewiring your brain to function the way it was meant to. That starts with awareness, honesty, and practical changes. So if you've ever asked yourself, is this affecting me more than I realize? You're not alone, and you're not broken. You're waking up. If content like this resonates with you, show some love with a thumbs up, drop a comment about your journey or questions you might have, and make sure to subscribe. We're committed to bringing you honest, research-backed insights that empower your growth and mental clarity. Part 1. The neuroscience of compulsive porn use. Shocking fact, watching porn releases more dopamine than winning money or eating your favorite food. But the brain pays a price for it. Pornography consumption activates the brain's reward system, particularly the mesolimbic dopamine pathway. This is the same circuit involved in drug addiction. When used frequently, your brain starts to expect that rush of dopamine. Over time, regular activities like talking to friends or going outside become less rewarding. Scientific proof. A 2016 study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that higher porn consumption was correlated with less gray matter volume in the reward center of the brain. That means your brain physically changes. Expert opinion. Dr. Norman Doidge, author of The Brain That Changes Itself, explains how repeated behaviors reinforce neural pathways. The more you watch, the more your brain is conditioned to crave it. Real-life example. Take James, a 25-year-old programmer. He started watching porn occasionally in college. By age 24, he was spending up to 3 hours a day on porn. His work suffered, his relationships dwindled, and he found no pleasure in anything else. Part 2. The mental and emotional fallout. Surprising question, what do anxiety, loneliness, and erectile dysfunction have in common? For some, the answer is porn. Compulsive porn use can intensify anxiety and depressive symptoms. Why? Because the brain becomes desensitized. As a result, you need more extreme content to feel the same excitement, which can be psychologically disturbing. It also leads to emotional isolation. When your main source of happiness is screen-based pleasure, human connection takes a back seat. Scientific evidence. A 2017 study in behavioral sciences linked problematic porn use with higher levels of psychological distress, including depression and social anxiety. Personal insight. In my own work in sexual health advocacy, I've seen men who struggle to maintain relationships because of unrealistic expectations and reduced emotional bandwidth caused by porn addiction. Part 3. Productivity and social consequences. Unbelievable stat. People with problematic porn habits can lose up to 20 hours a week to screen time. That's half a work week. Porn isn't just stealing dopamine, it's stealing your time. Many people procrastinate using porn. It becomes the go-to escape from stress, loneliness, or boredom. Over time, this affects your performance at school, work, and even your finances if you start purchasing subscriptions. Real-life case. A business student named Arjun shared how he missed job interviews and deadlines due to late-night porn binges. His self-esteem plummeted, reinforcing the cycle. Scientific link. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Psychology associated high porn consumption with low self-control and reduced academic performance. Part 4. Impact on sexual function and relationships. Shocking stat. Porn-induced erectile dysfunction is affecting men as young as 20. Excessive porn use rewires arousal patterns. Your brain becomes trained to respond to pixels instead of real-life partners. This makes real intimacy awkward or even impossible. Expert analysis. Dr. Gary Wilson, author of Your Brain on Porn, explains how young men are reporting performance issues not because of physical problems, but because their brains are overstimulated by porn. Testimony. I once worked with a 31-year-old married man who could no longer be intimate with his wife without first watching porn. This devastated their relationship. Part 5. How to break the cycle. Hard question. If you lost your phone today, would you panic because you can't access porn? If yes, you might need a detox. Here's how to start. Step 1. Delete all access, remove bookmarks, delete files, and uninstall apps. Create friction between you and the habit. Step 2. Accountability partner. Someone who can regularly ask you if you've stayed clean. Honesty is key. Step 3. Use tools like Blocker X. Apps like Blocker X can block porn sites and apps. The premium version lets your accountability partner control removal permissions. Their community support and built-in educational content make it a valuable tool. Step 4. Identify triggers. When do you get urges? Lonely nights? Boredom? After a fight? Track the patterns. Step 5. Understand the urge. Feel your body when the craving hits. Is your heart racing? Muscles tense? Recognize the pattern. You can even give your urge a funny name like purple dinosaur to externalize it. Step 6. Create a replacement routine. When the urge hits, replace the behavior. Do 10 push-ups, call a friend, take a walk, read a chapter of a book. Train your brain to seek other rewards. Step 7. Don't beat yourself up. Relapses happen. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Write your triggers down, revisit your motivations, and try again. Step 8. Seek professional help if needed. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, antidepressants, or medications like naltrexone can reduce cravings. If any part of this video hit home for you, comment below with your thoughts or your story. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you the tools you need to grow. Conclusion. Shocking final reflection. Imagine waking up one day and realizing porn has dictated your habits, relationships, and self-worth. Wouldn't you want to take back control? Let's recap. Compulsive porn use can rewire your brain like a drug. It can cause emotional numbness, poor productivity, and sexual dysfunction. Breaking the habit requires awareness, strategy, and support. You are not alone. Change is possible, and it starts with action. Like this video, share it with someone silently struggling, and leave your comment below. Tell us your story, ask your question, or just say, "I'm in." And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next life-changing conversation, because your future is worth fighting for.